Ladies and gentlemen, this is Laura Wax, the Executive Director of Friends of Historic Boonville, and this is the old jail and hanging barn tour. Look at this door, and you think, yeah, it's a door.
Just a wooden door.
Just a wooden door. And then you see this, and then you're like, what are we doing? And then she went in, and oh, I like the hand gesture. And then all this could be yours. My goodness.
You gotta get the clank with the door.
Definitely, the clank of doom. The clank, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I've never been in a historic jail before. This is a first.
Well, have you been in a modern jail?
I have. I played piano for prisoners and done some entertaining for prisoners. So when it says Kilroy was here, Kilroy was here. Goodness gracious. And these are genuine prisoner graffiti, right? This is not kids coming in.
This is not replica, this is all authentic.
Goodness gracious. Now there's a date here, 1970. Oh, maybe it's not 1970.
No, it is 1970.
Oh yeah?
1978.
Wow, and that's the last year that this was open?
Used.
Wow. So I was in 7th grade, and a man was doing time here. Goodness gracious. Now what are we seeing here?
So this is the jail as it looked as of December 31st of 1978.
Goodness.
On the first floor. And the second floor is going to look much different.
So no lights, no natural light for the prisoners.
Well, originally when the jail was built in 1848, yes, there were windows and they would have had some natural light. But when then it was renovated and subdivided into the 4 cells that are present today, those windows have been crossed over.
Wow. And this was the shower that I'm seeing there?
That's correct.
What a fun place to be incarcerated. Here, and this is called Central Missouri, huh?
Okay, we're right in the heart of the Boonslick.
The heart of the Boonslick, which is not something, it says wash your step.
Yeah, so and watch your head as you go through the doorway. You're a little taller than me.
Okay.
So I don't want you to bump your head.
So this feels good and doomed.
They're sturdy, I promise.
I
They look a little
believe you.
sketchy, but they're sturdy.
I believe you. Goodness gracious. Oh my goodness. We don't have stuff like this in California. It's all torn down, except for Alcatraz. Wow. Oh goodness. So, is this solitary confinement that I'm seeing here?
No, that is actually just a 4-person cell. Solitary's right here.
Wow. So when you were very naughty and would not do as told, this is where they stuck you.
This is where they would set you.
Goodness gracious.
This particular floor was renovated, so it was in this current configuration starting in 1871.
Right. Now don't take this the wrong way, because I know you are a very tidy person, but there's a definite smell in here. Yes?
Oh, it's an old building.
Right.
I mean, they just all smell.
They all smell. Yep.
It smells of desperation.
Desperation and a very bad human body odor that's accumulated over a century.
It's permeated into the limestone walls.
Wow. Wow. Now, these are more
cells. There are 4 over on this side.
Oh
And
goodness.
you could put 2 people in this.
Oh goodness. And so whenever they went back into their cages, there is the feeling of being caged because they are ducking.
It's literally a cage.
Right, you were ducking to get in because I'm this tall and this thing it looks like 4 feet tall. Does that sound right?
It's about right. Now, once you get in the cell, it is a full ceiling, so you can stand up.
Wow.
But you have to duck to get in.
Wow.
Because if you have a full 6-foot door, I mean, these are heavy.
Right.
It'd be hard pressed to get them to actually move.
So people that were in here are everything from petty thieves to murderers.
Petty thieves to murderers.
Wow. Stay out of trouble.
Stay out of trouble in Cooper County,
or else.
They would have brought you here.
Or else. And then and then this is it, but this is not it. There's more in another room, I'm told, another building.
Well, we'll have to go up back for that.
Okay, she said with a little gleam. Look. Now we go back down the stairs of doom. And so when they ate, do they come down into this section to eat?
No, it was brought to you.
It's brought to you. So did they have an exercise area? Nope. That's it.
You are here, you are sitting there, and you are thinking about what you did wrong.
And what's the longest somebody was incarcerated up there?
2 years.
That's a long time to be stuck in a room. And then a smaller room at night. And this is a replica?
So that's just a copy of what a jail record, this particular page happens to be from 1917, what the records would have looked like.
And what about this?
These are actually general store ledgers that were donated to our office.
Wow. From the 19th century. And the same for these.
Same for those. We were given a whole box of general ledgers.
Thanks for opening that.
That's no problem.
I've never seen anything remotely like that. Now, I think this is what we're going to do, is we're going to see Mr. Marby. I did read about this hanging in the last couple of days. And this is Mr. Marby.
Let me get the key and I'll take you out back.
Thank you very much. Some of the famous prisoners, including Frank James, the brother of Jesse James, spent some time in this jail and was not exonerated, but insufficient cause, I think. And see, there we have it. Now, this, ladies and gentlemen, is a bit of history that you were not probably planning on seeing today. But in 1930, the very last hanging in Missouri in the entire state took place here. And I think capital punishment thereafter was the electric chair in Missouri.
Yes.
Does that sound right? And not a lot of them, but a few of them. But the very last public hanging was here. Or private hanging. Or hanging.
It was last public hanging.
I'm sorry?
Last public hanging.
So they were private hangings for execution.
There's apparently one more, but it's not going to be a public hanging that takes place after we do away with Mr. Mabry.
And Mr. Mabry is convicted of murder. Right.
It was an armed robbery gone wrong.
What will happen when you have a gun? Jail barn, 1878 this thing is made. And this is the trap door through presumably which he fell.
Well, it's a replica. The original one was in such bad shape
It wasn't safe.
that it wasn't safe to leave it there anymore.
So the prisoner was brought up there and the hood was put over his neck like the movies.
Yep, just like the movies, you're going to have a noose that's going to have 13 knots. In order to get up into the loft where they would have performed the hanging itself, you have to traverse 13 stairs.
Because 13 is an unlucky number that they're going to remind you, your luck has run out. Because he probably didn't intend to murder somebody that day.
No, it was truly just the shopkeeper surprised him as they were attempting to rob his store.
Right.
And unfortunate turn of events.
Right.
It didn't happen here in Cooper County. It actually happened in Pettis County, which is the neighboring county to us. But on a change of venue, then Cooper County ended up with the trial and housing the prisoner.
And executing the prisoner. The last public hanging in Missouri. And I'm
January 31st, of 1930.
So I'm standing where just a couple feet below where his body would have dangled and thinking about the fragility of human life and try not to rob a shop, especially when somebody's there. This is Kevin the Cap with a fantastic Ms. Wax giving us a tour. And there's a gravestone over there, which I suppose is a okay way to die, to end this. Is that a real gravestone?
It is a real stone. Yes, it was donated to us so that it wouldn't be destroyed when the pasture that he had been buried in was plowed over.
Now, for the record, I was born on September 18th. Just saying. A couple of 100 years later, but that's not the point. I have 2 friends who were born on that day. All right, good to know. Kevin the Cap. I'm going to stop recording now, even though this is fantastically interesting. Bye.